Like, I'll be honest, I have my own tracker on the side, trying to just make sure I can keep better track of what's happening. And even then, I'm still having issues.
Yeah,
Like,
right, yeah. I mean, sometimes we can actually see like what we've, which connectors go where, but it's like this is, this is like the, like part of also having trackers is being able to see like what which each runner has done, too, right? That's what Topfile and Lathe are really good at.
okay, where's jkoper going now? He's heading back to, I'm guessing, to desert. You think? But we saw both ends of desert already. One was at Laser Bridge and one was at the Hammer House in Build House.
Is he gonna go back to desert right side with that stolen
Maybe he's going to Hookshot Cave because he hasn't gone through that yet.
Okay. Or
no,
we're just going straight back to desert. If we're gonna, I guess we're gonna. I don't remember the last time he saved and quit.
Okay, so this, yeah, he just saved and quit out of Skullwoods.
Okay, so
he's gonna do what you were talking about earlier. Yep. I mean, so I guess I see what he's doing here, but at the same time, it does take a little bit just to walk back to desert. That's my only problem with this play is just how long it takes to get back here.
That is certainly something that you have to be very conscious of as part of the game design. Desert Palace is the one right after Eastern where you get the boots. And it's really made to showcase how good the boots are. And if you don't have boots, it makes you better appreciate the fact that you want boots.
We have not seen jkoper did not venture further into the North Dark World area, so we're gonna see some kind of new stuff. Ooh.
Oh. That is a very nice. I don't think he's gonna reset after that.
I think he's gonna hold on to that. Yeah, I hear that having a permanent weapon is good. I think so.
That's.
So yeah, jkoper's gonna hold on to that, and he is gonna go to Hookshot Cave now. I think.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like on his path. Yeah. Yeah, for what it's worth, a red boomerang also could be pretty good. Checking out some stun prizes. Boomerang also kind of really nice to have in GT as well. Just but yeah, especially that sword that he got is pretty dang good.
Boomerang can also access us the stun prize in case we are looking for certain resources. And depending on what it is, if it's like bombs, then we'll never run out of bomb, which is nice. But if it's like health, then we're like, okay, if I'm ever in a pinch with health, I can just stun an enemy and get some health easily.
Zelda though
having some trouble.
Yeah, he is proving that this is not the easiest room in the game. And these Gibdos certainly are not giving him an easy time.
Yeah, I think is it so in NMG it's called the what room in the game? What
some people consider it to be the easiest room of the game. I think they're actually like Gibdo whisperers. And somehow, the Gibdos just avoid them and know to basically get out of people's way. And maybe Zelda needs to go back to NMG. That's all I'm saying.
Go back, he never was there. Does this one NMG run a year? What do you call that, being an NMG?
He did it once, therefore, he could do it again.
Oh, man. So jkoper are gonna get the same intel that Zelda got, that this connector is very terrible.
Yeah, and still, of course, right. And it's not like outside of the sword, it's not like jkoper has really that much better equipment over Zelda. I mean, the sword doesn't help him, for that connector, but it's like, he's definitely there much later than Zelda, hoping we would get something else, right? And no dice.
Zelda also getting the knowledge that the Skullwoods layout is not unfavorable, so that's always nice to see. Gonna head on over to the big chest area and collect those items.
Yeah, kind of interesting that, I also don't know how, I don't have much of a sense for how much people, bunny walk and sequence breakout stuff, but, both Zelda and jkoper are basically, sequence breaking out Skullwoods.
Yeah, it's one of those things you can do early. If you just want to look for more items and not have to, it's somewhat consider it a little inefficient to just leave Skull if you have access to it early, and even as a bunny. Just because you can get the items there, they're there for you. It might take a little extra time, but I feel like getting more items early is a better strategy than just trying to stay in logic or something like that.
Yeah. No, that's right. And again, if you stay logic to a T, it'll probably take you significantly longer.
Mhm.
And I guess for what it's worth, like their health isn't terrible. You know, Skullwoods being the Dark World, most of the enemies do 2 hearts of damage. It's still a green mail, so you know, death warping is going to be awful.
Right. jkoper actually taking a look and see what this fair will give him in return.
Yeah, it's another. It's like, well, I guess that was a trade for a trade.
Okay, so Zelga's checking this cave now. Almost.
Luckily the
failing to check it.
yeah, lucky the bomb exploded in time.
Okay. Finally, we're going to go see this one entrance that some people like to get out of the way as early as possible, but we're seeing it at the 31-minute mark.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, this is actually very interesting, and maybe this is a consequence of Sankstar, hula-handing back to Link's house, but yeah, this is a very, very common Crosskeys opening. Maybe less common, I don't know, maybe the meta's changing. Yeah,
you could probably say that not everyone does the exact same opening. I tend to do this opening, but not everyone does it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what do we got here, though?
Oh,
man.
This is not quite what you want to see 31 minutes into the game.
Okay, so here's the thing though. The Burner was in Link's house, so theoretically, if you get a magic drop or something like that early, then you could still do this pretty early.
Mm-hmm. Alright, more money.
So that depends on what's here. A bunch of money, a small key to Meyer. There was nothing here.
Oh my gosh, jeez!
So I think that means our answer is bunny walking.
Oh, super.
Bunny walking.
Great, I love bunny walking.
Alright, so I guess now the question is, what will we find? So we've already found Checkerboard. Can cross that off our list. We found Hive Cave, so that's also off our list. Trying to think what else. Hammer Pegs would be something. Sick Kid.
I guess there's like Blind's Hut. I mean, we haven't exhausted all of the 5-item case, right?
No, Blind's Hut is not something you could do as a bunny.
Oh, sorry, right. Okay, as a bunny, I gotcha. Well, I guess like Blind's Hut, you can with a mirror, but you only can get 4 of them, right? But yeah, straight up as a bunny is definitely not accessible.
Okay, so jkoper actually taking advantage of more out of logic stuff with a sword. You can see what he's doing easily, this connector. I do not I don't dislike this play, actually. This is more of those things like, hey, if there's a connector available, why not do it? Zelga actually doesn't have that sword yet. I'm sure he is well aware of that connector in CAC, but he probably doesn't feel as comfortable doing it without a way to see or feel around. What?
Yeah,
it's not even worth.
It's a really great connector. We're right basically back in the front of the desert.
All right, yep. That I'm pretty sure we are just hard restricted to bunny walking. Or one more thing I just thought of is Thieves Town. Thieves Town is available. We can do the Back of Thieves.
Did we find the big key?
I thought we had the big key.
We have the small key.
Did I see it wrong? Okay, never mind.
I know we got the small key. But
I know we got the small key. You know what? You know what it was? It was the big key in Checkerboard. I thought for some reason it was the Thieves big key, but it was the desert big key.
Yeah, it was the desert. Right.
Anyways, I swear I know what I'm doing, guys.
Don't worry. That's why we got trackers. By the way, speaking of more out of logic stuff, looks like Zelda is going to at least he's told about Hyrule Castle. I guess we don't know where the other connectors go, so maybe this is actually going to be in logic, but he's gonna go back to his normal Link form or Phoenix Wright form.
jkoper taking a bit long pause there. Hopefully hopefully that's not like a, man, what do I have to do here?
Yeah, it could be some thinking time, but you know, a couple extra seconds of thinking and get yourself back on track is certainly going to be very well worth it. Hey, look, Zelga's doing escape with bombs.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to do it. Never seen that setup before.
Alright, so he did... Okay, so if we were to kind of go, assuming that we can keep our link form here in this castle, that was the only in logic chest, which was, in this case, looks like GT. We do... the rest of the stuff either, or at least the back of this cave needs a Hyrule Castle small key, which we haven't found yet.
I believe this was at the Arrow Game House. Yeah.
Alright, jkoper though. We're just sequence breaking left and right, by the way. jkoper
Yeah.
also setting up another fake flipper. Looks like we're gonna go pay a visit to Hobo. Presumably he's gonna go back and check then like Zora and like Waterfall Fairy entrance.
Yeah, no Pearl to really do anything in the Waterfall entrance.
Oh yeah, that's...
But
I guess you can maybe check out the entrance itself. Like you don't have to be, you know, back in the. You don't have to be like in your form, right?
You can at least see it, but depending on what it is, you may not be able to do it without Pearl.
Alright, so out of logic heart piece from Hobo.
Oh man, you hate it when this Circuit Green Guard notices you doing your thing.
Yeah.
And he's gonna kill him. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is Zelda doing? I guess he is, yeah, he's just gonna shut up the death orb. Is he gonna remember the fairy?
I think he got rid of it already.
Oh, did he?
Well, he definitely got rid of it in Desert that one time.
Oh, right, but he got another one for Waterfall Fairy?
Oh, he didn't? No, he didn't.
Oh, alright. Zelga's ahead of us. Alright, Waterfall Fairy also just another shop, so we don't have to come back for this. But with 1,000 rupees... Yeah, looks like jkoper's gonna be okay.
Oh no!
Yeah, but... Thank you, sword. Even with a sword, I guess we can get crabbed.
Zelda is locked out here.
Oh no! Oh, because he came out of the other entrance.
Oh, is he really trying? Oh, okay. This is some big brain right here.
Did you get it?
It did.
Oh my gosh, Zelda! Tower. Oh jeez, sequence broken out. Tower of Hera. I assume we're going back.
I mean, that's only 2 checks that we can do because Zelda can't kill Moldorm.
Oh right, he doesn't have the sword that jkoper has from the right side desert.
Yeah, so I don't think Zelga's interested in going there so quickly.
That is also a very, very good point. Yeah, and what Zelda does is that you can also use a mirror to try and, you know, get yourself in a Super Bunny form, but also if you take damage on the same frame that you transition, it'll have the same effect.
Alright, so, this is one of those, you know, I guess you could say hashtag crosskeys things. You go through a connector as a bunny, and then when you go out one other end, you get locked out because you can't go back in, or you don't have the item to lift the rock or something like that.
Right,
and then you have to go all the way back to where you just were, just to do it all over again.
Just crosskeys things. Why do we play this
Thank
game?
you. Just crosskeys things, not only crosskeys things. Add a just there at the beginning. So yeah, they're both heading back to that same connector. We love backtracking around.
Yeah, Zelda does need to be a bit careful. You know, that particular ice rod cave screen is probably one of, you know, the most anxiety-inducing screens. Certainly, I've seen many a runner get basically bamboozled, lose their life, and then leave their, you know, go mode item there forever. So certainly don't want that to be happening.
Yeah, in terms of who has the better loadout to get through, jkoper by far has the better one.
For sure.
He has a sword in hand and has more health.
Yeah, he definitely has safety on his side for sure. I mean, I think like that sword right now is really big for jkoper.
Yep. Alright, so now, jkoper probably is going to suffer the same fate Zelda did, unless he decides to continue on further into South Dark World. Let's see what Zelda's thinking. Does he want to press his luck again with Hyrule Castle? It looks like he is.
Alright, well, I mean, we have more knowledge, I guess.
Don't go out the main exit.
Yeah, exactly, right. Don't go out the main entrance until we have a glove and a pearl.
Alright, jkoper actually going to clean up the rest of the north entrances he did not go through earlier.
Oh, I guess so, right, and I guess maybe a point of note, even though in this case, you know, if Dark Cross is still not in logic, we don't have a lamp, you know, there's no advanced logic, we actually hardcore need that lamp in order to unlock it. But also, we're in the Dark World, right? I guess now we're coming into the Light World, but just, like, if we still coming from Dark World, the enemies, or like the ropes in the back, would have been 2 hearts of damage, would have been very dangerous for Zelda.
So see, here's the thing though, Zelda is basically at beginning health with no way to defend himself, so this is actually somewhat risky.
Oh yeah, he does have a little bit of magic to use Burna if he needs to.
Barely any though. Like Burna on startup uses
yeah, that's true.
chunk of your magic.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be okay.
He picked up the heart pot, but didn't pick the heart up?
Well...
Okay, smart using bombs.
Yeah, he's making progress. And again, we were talking about Desert Right Side and that sword that jkoper found, being pretty useful. I don't think Zelda would complain from that boomerang either. A
Right.
sequence broken GT small key as well.
So I was saying, I have enough bombs to make this a lot easier on myself, so I'm just gonna use them.
Okay. Found Hotel Mario and Curiosity Shop. Man, this is a lot of bunny walking. I mean, from in some respects, right, from a spectator's perspective, right, it's actually kind of cool to be able to see, like we gotta go through all of these, really weird sequences in order to basically find our pearl, find our anything at this point. Hammer, glove, boots, pearl, anything. But I'm not sure how much fun, in particular, Zelda and jkoper are having, especially if they have to backtrack several times in order to get back to here at the Dark World.
Alright, so as more long walks, we have to go around this path because we don't have a glove and lift the rock, and we're not, we don't have the pearl anyway. We got 3 entrances left in this general area. I think one of these has to have progression.
Alright, I feel bad now for jkoper because he can't get back in.
Yep, see, it's just Crosskeys things, I'm telling you.
It is, yep. I wonder if he's gonna try to do the same thing, and if he can get the Hera big key right, with him having a sword, he might be pretty tempted to go back to Hera.
Oh.
Almost.
Okay, I think the swamp entrance has to have something. Oh, did that work?
Did he get it?
I think he got it, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that is a very nice big key for jkoper, because as you said, when Zelda got it, he doesn't have that sword, so he is probably not incentivized to go back, but that Hera big key with the sword, jkoper's gonna be able to probably claim his first dungeon.
He could. Doesn't look like he's going there, though. He started Link's house.
Yeah, he might be maybe thinking about following the logic a little bit, because everything that they've done so far, pretty much, right?
All right, what's here? What's here? It's a connector.
It's a connector, great.
All right, so what? East Dark World. What is it?
Oh,
Hera.
It's up the mountain.
Oh, okay, so we got mountain access now.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, we were really running dry on option until we basically found, in this case, Death Mountain, which gives us like 5-ish more entrances. We also need to find the dam. That's also cool.
Yeah, it gives us 7 entrances.
Oh, 7? Okay. Cool. Yeah, and of course,
seven in Light World, 2 in Dark World, but we're not going to worry about Dark World for now. So
yeah,
here's the dam. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think we're gonna say the same thing. But by draining the dam, we also do have the sunken treasure item open to us. So at some point, we should just go back there.
Yeah, we're not gonna just rush straight to it though. We're gonna
of course.
look to save the old man, which is what Zelda's doing right now.
With more bombs, again, a red boomerang might be helpful. I mean, Zelda's gonna be just fine, but again, could be helpful. jkoper going through Spiral Cave, what I think is now the 3rd time, maybe the 4th time. I've lost track.
It's at least his 3rd, yeah. So Zelda's got the old man in tow, almost out of the cave here.
Yeah, we also picked up a red potion somewhere. That's a much better safety than the fairies, especially before a mirror.
Yeah, either Zelda bought it or got it from a fairy fountain.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. I think he actually did buy it.
I don't think the bottle came with the red potion in it.
Right. Yeah, you can actually see also he has it out. For those of you also, who may have experienced Death Mountain without any boots or speed of any type, that the boulders can actually be quite devastating. So just in case, Zelda doesn't want to get bamboozled and die, because our path up here was pretty awful.
Nothing in there. So in terms of what we have left, and we're still pretty bottlenecked to what's up here in terms of logic. There's only 2 entrances in the Light World left. We got 3. The one coming up here to Zelda's left, and then he'll hop down for another one, and then hop way down to the bottom of the mountain for the last one in Light World. jkoper going through Howell Castle, gonna pick up the pod small key in this next chest, and I don't think there's anything in Zelda sell. Okay, we got Paradox now.
Yeah, this is something that Zelda is certainly very happy to see. You think? Yeah, I was actually wondering if he's gonna think about buying bombs here from the shop. A very heads-up move, just because we're kind of low on ammunition, and we've got so much money now from Houlihaning and like 200-300s. Just gonna refill everything.
Zelda does not want to go through all that again to get to the mountain.
Exactly.
I do not blame him one bit.
Yeah, if only there was like a full magic. Maybe we could get half magic. Yeah, have his magic replenished. That would be pretty nice. Oh my god!
Oh, there we go!
Boots! Oh, finally. Although Zelda's still missing that sword that jkoper has. Maybe there'll just be a sword up here. That'll be
say, like, we still got 5 checks left. What are you so worried about?
Top file reminding us that yes, there was a mushroom on Desert Torch, which we had seen very, very early, and that is now accessible. Small Kitty Castle Tower, we also saw that, so the second chest is now, the second chest is now accessible to us.
It's available, but not in logic, yeah.
Right, it's accessible, right. Oh my gosh! Oh, we got a sword! Full playable ability, bow, sword, and boots in Paradox.
Okay, so Zelga's not quite done with the mountain. Gonna head back out, check this entrance, and then go up for one more drop. After that, probably gonna take a Paradox connector. Oh, that's nice old man rescue connector at the bottom.
Alright, well, we are definitely gonna be able to see Zelda, taking boots to his full advantage. Looking to do a spin speed. At least gonna try to, and this is why, we want some speed, and so we can avoid the boulders.
Yeah. jkoper actually in the general area of the connector, so he is not that far off from the goods.
Yeah, and he's actually going to be on Master Sword when he gets up to Paradox as well, so that'll actually be really nice for him.
Alright, so we've already seen the bottom of this, but we haven't seen what the item is. That's nothing, so we don't really care. Zelga's going to try and bomb jump it, though. Or, no, he's just going to take it to go.
Pick up the heart piece?
I mean,
that is unexpected, in my opinion.
So I guess, okay, so that is something to consider. If you find the viewing gallery portion of that connector and you have a hook shot or you can hover, then you can get back to the mountain a lot easier, depending on where it is. So that's something that Zelda might be setting up for. Viewing galleries over in the eastern area. Okay, yeah, so if Zelda wanted to get back to the mountain a little faster, then that could be a way to do it.
Oh man, speaking of though, when jkoper apparently comes up here after Paradox, he's gonna be able to access the middle entrance.
That's right. Yeah, that's one of those things.
Oh, and there's the potion shop too, dude.
Oh no, we know where the mushroom is too.
I know, dude. This is so far. Oh. Mirror, please. Any flute, anything?
Everyone, throw your just Crosskeys things in chat.
This is quite the trek. Well, at least we have boots. That was a good thing from Paradox.
Okay, so Zelga is now locked out.
Don't worry, it happens. Yeah, it happens at least once every commentary session. Don't worry.
Alright.
Alright. Bomb Crest is great for our life. It's going to be another item at least available for us. Also, good restock on bombs.
Restock on 20 rupees.
On 20 rupees that we're not even going to pick up.
Right. jkoper saving the old man. He's gonna have that same quit. So that's another thing. Now that it's out of logic, but we have a save and quit point that we can now access. We're curious to see when either of the runners are going to scout it out or see what it is, because they can do that now with the old man saved.
Oh, Zelda though, he was trying to use Quake. I don't actually know what Quake would do. I assume it just stuns them.
I think the best would be stunning them or transforming them into little sacks of whatever.
But he didn't unfortunately have any magic, so could not succeed. Yep, and of course no lamp, but Zelga's got that sword. He should be just fine. Thanks, Bree.
Oh, can he? Oh, try dashing. Try dashing, jkoper.
Oh, you were looking at jkoper's. I was watching Zelga's side, and I was like, he seems to be okay.
Oh, you know what? jkoper hasn't been the Paradox. He couldn't dash. What am I saying?
Yeah. So Zelga just pulled out 50 rupees, from the second chest of Castle Tower. So They're just gonna take another Death Warp out.
But yeah, we're in terms of like what the information that we have on hand, we are done with Aga Tower entirely because jkoper can access the one entrance that matters in terms of like what that would open up. Zelda now. This is in logic now because of that sword. No, it's not. Behind the pearl. Never mind.
Well,
never mind.
Oh, right,
we need a way to get to that
okay,
big key.
That's right, yeah. So even though it's still accessible, but the Hera big key was found in Dark World Shopping Mall, which of course you definitely need a pearl in order to get inside. But I mean, you know, again, these guys are very capable. They'll sequence break out pretty much anything that they possibly can. It just happens to be in this case that we're still looking for that anything right now, basically to put some of the stuff in logic.
Exactly. Yeah. Zelda just doing Hera right now because it's in the area of where he wants to be next. And that's probably Hookshot Cave, if I had to guess, because we can now bonk to one of those checks, and he might try and hover as well.
Good point. jkoper also picking up his boots, right? And soon to be his Master Sword.
Master Sword and Castle Tower small key. So he might also consider heading back to CAC to do Hera and Castle Tower and Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, and of course, Zelda pulled out the other Castle Tower small key, you know, in Hera Big Chest. I mean, always is the case, right? Maybe just more Crosskeys things, where if you don't need, you don't have to go, you know, beat Lumberjack or get Lumberjack, the Castle Tower keys always show up so early. And then when you need them, they, like, are never to be found. Oh my god.
Wow!
That is a sequence break.
We will definitely not say no to that.
The mirror certainly makes things a whole heck of a lot nicer. Some would even argue that once you pick the mirror, it is now considered to be playable.
Let me just show people what you mean by that.
That's right. Yeah, as you predicted, Rolkin, yeah, so Zelda is back, you know, his route has been certainly very efficient, you know, with those boots and, you know, with everything else. So he's going to be able to get the very first chest here in Logic, assume the Bari gets out of the way. And then I believe he will make a one hover attempt, or maybe a second hover.
Well...
Or not, you know, we'll just spend a little bit of extra time.
He did bonk to that one chest, right?
Yeah,
no, he didn't.
No, he hasn't gotten anywhere.
Okay, yeah, we're fixing everything. It's fine, guys. Do not worry one bit.
Oh yeah, it's a very, very useful. Another, you know, we found both the map to Hyrule Castle and the map to GT. Certainly,
this jelly. This gel. Oh,
I think Zelda also just walked off too.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw on jkoper's side, but the entrance that Zelda could not check was sadly a connector he could not go through. It was bumper. And,
man, that's like insult to injury, right? It's like, oh, I finally have Master Sword. No, you really do need the cape here.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, so Rolkin, like, okay, if you're in jkoper's shoes, like, you know you need the cape to follow that connector. Like, are you gonna try and hold out for it and like not turn in the mushroom, or are you still gonna turn in the mushroom and then eventually make your way back there?
Oh, because the potion shop's up there too. I wouldn't. I'd probably be. I'd turn in the mushroom probably just so I don't forget about it in case I'm in the general area later. Just because that part, you know, you need to do that before anything else really. But in terms of waiting on going back to that area, yeah, I probably wouldn't rush straight back there after turning the mushroom in.
It's certainly very reasonable. I mean, it is a very long trek back there. Although speaking of another connector, long trek. Oh, right, yeah. So, Zelda's definitely pressing his mirror that he just found, you know, in Hera. Being able to check out... Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Well, we found GT. Not too much I think we can do in here right now. We don't have a hammer. We have an ice rod, though.
We have an ice rod. jkoper forgetting... Wait, what? Oh, you know that connector, the one that was by Link's house. That's where that one led. So he is not interested in continuing, I guess, for now. So, okay. Oh wow. So our same point was right here, where Zelda is basically.
Well, that's very convenient.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Hi.
dude! Hookshot is certainly really nice to see. I'm trying to think. It's it doesn't open up anything immediately, does it?
In terms of logic, it's not available yet.
Oh right, because we weren't.
We need a way over here, and we don't have that yet.
Right.
Pearl would give us the way over here.
Right.
Once
Speaking of the Pearl, Roken, speaking of like anything, right? Like, okay, we have an analogic hookshot, but I mean, like, where is our glove? Where is a hammer? Where is a pearl? Like, we're missing so much stuff.
Well, in terms of what we have left, let me think here. So that mushroom, we did find the potion shop on top of the castle, and that is accessible to us. And I want to say, is that what we have left aside from those 2 Dark World entrances on West Death Mountain? So I think the game might be putting the pearl there, if anything.
Sounds pretty awful.
Yeah, I didn't say it had to sound good or anything, but
that is also very true. You know, and you don't have to restrict this to specifically entrance or cross keys. You know, the game does not guarantee any type of convenience. Old Man also, the back of Old Man also spits you out. It looks like the back of Skull Wood, so potentially not an important connector. Yep.
Yeah, jkoper is thinking about that mushroom because he knows it's one of his only logical options left.
Looks like we're in a Death Warp instead. But I guess I'm gonna assume that he's also, you know, along this path, he's gonna also go to Hera too.
Yeah, he just entered the left. Yeah, he's in the area of Cac, and he's gonna go to Hookshot Cave too with that hookshot he just got.
Oh right, yeah, that's actually a really good point. Again, you know, you did mention out of logic. nice hook speed.
Right, but we're not gonna say no to just getting the checks out of the way.
Yeah, looks like though Zelga's gonna beat jkoper to Hookshot Cave though. You know, good thing of course Zelda didn't invest too much time into trying to hover this out, but we have a freaking bow too. Oh my gosh. Alright, another pod key. Wow.
Yep.
Alright, well, you know, that bow certainly is a nice offensive weapon. I believe it is halfway to making Easter Palace dippable, at least in Zelga's eyes. We'll see. Okay. We'll see how committed he is to this.
Yeah. So one other thing that just crossed my mind that mushroom turning could be is the hammer, and the reason I say that is because we can actually get to East Death Mountain with what we have available to us.
Yeah, that's true, because we did come out of Hera entrance in order to get us to the mountain, or the west side of the mountain, and with the hammer we actually have logical access then. Yep.
All right. So Zelda gonna go to Turrock Bridge now. Okay.
Oh, right, because I think we saw this connector way early, right? Except we didn't have a mirror, and yeah.
And we actually came out of Hyrule Castle and spat out Mimic Cave, so we only care about one entrance right here.
Right. jkoper though looks like well, he's thinking about logic, what he has available in logic. Look, he is going to turn in the mushroom right now. Oh, dude, we found pod. Good thing we have a sequence broken bow. I mean, I think Zelda also knows how to Mimic Club. He also has a potion, but, you know, at least right side will be a little bit faster.
Yep. I'm gonna check out what we can while we're here. He might go to the back. He has enough keys to go to the back.
Yeah, I was actually... I mean, okay, so in your opinion, Rocken, like... Is there a bad number of keys to have when you dip into pod? Like, 0 is not fun? Did he just
I think he's gonna go around right side first.
Okay.
Wait. No. What is he doing? What's happening
here?
Did
he quick swap something?
Oh, that's okay. So he meant to, I don't know. He didn't mean to mirror out, I'm pretty sure. But he's gonna check this first, that way he can go to right side and then get those items first, because he doesn't have a hammer to get out of right side.
Oh yeah.
So this is actually, in terms of efficiency, this is a better play. But back to your question, though, I think the number of keys that Zelda has is a bad number, if I'm being honest. But it's just, you know, not... Okay, look what I said, the hammer.
Gosh, dude. Oh, you definitely made a really good call. That investment in time for jkoper turn to the mushroom is highly, highly worth it.
Yeah, so now, that puts our hookshot on logic, that puts our bow in logic.
Yeah, and that puts the glove that we just got here in logic as well. Also, Zelda finding the small key to desert, so he can also now get his master sword, you know, comfortably.
Right.
Oh man, but now, like, so now all of East Death Mountain is accessible, and, you know, we have both the hammer and the hookshot for GT left side.
That's a good point,
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff open to us now.
And now the hammer opens up the well. Because jkoper's probably going to head there now.
Oh, right! That's right! jkoper also did find that. Oh my god. Suddenly, we have so much stuff. After basically like an hour going through the seed with like nothing, we finally have something. Alright.
Oh man.
He's also finding a book. Also very useful with that master sword that eventually he'll go get.
Also with that master sword that he definitely doesn't. Yeah, okay, so...
Dude,
wow.
The gloves are in pod. Where's the lamp, dude?
It's somewhere. That's all I can say. Alright, so now... no big key. Just gonna do a little bomb jump through this rail. Oh, there's another pod key. So that's our third pod key in the well, right there.
Yeah, I didn't see anything else that was really notable. Like, we got some more money, great. But...
yeah, outside of that was it. But yeah, like, I think the candidate for next progression might be left side GT, like you're saying. Which GT is on the mountain. It is in logic. So if jkoper... oh, here's the bad part, though. So, in terms of jkoper's perspective, he has a choice when he goes through that connector. If he continues to not get the mirror from Hera. So, when he goes to East Death Mountain, if he decides to go there soon, he has to drop down either the left or the middle. And you know what that means? He cannot get both pod and GT at the same time.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Oh, man. But that's the bad kind of choice. I don't want to make that kind of choice.
Yeah, so he can avoid that if he just goes to Hera, which he very well can do, but he's choosing not to. And I don't... a line like I think I blame him necessarily just because he's trying to stick to logic in a sense. But it's just one of those things you can never tell.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right about maybe he's avoiding Hera because again, we need a pearl in order to put that Hera big key into logic, and maybe he just doesn't want to follow it quite yet. Both Zelda and jkoper have done a good amount of sequence breaking, right? We're still missing, we're still missing that pearl to put some of all the stuff in logic as well. And I think maybe from even their both perspectives, they're still missing a piece or two to kind of put themselves back in logic. I mean, just like, because we have the full picture, right, between Zelda and jkoper. Like, we have a different, more holistic view than, the individual runners themselves.
Yeah, he's going a long way. This is what I'm talking about. So, we already saw that both gloves were in pod. So if he goes there, he'll get the gloves. But, what if he drops down the middle? He goes into GT, and then that just means he'll get whatever's in GT and won't get the gloves for now. We'll see what he does, and hopefully he doesn't die too, because he's low health.
Yeah, exactly. He's also one heart. Does he? He might have a fairy still.
Not sure.
Looks like though Zelga's kind of taking advantage of those myths and booths. So we did find the bomb shop in King's Tomb. It looks like at least Top File's already marked it for Zelda Eastern and Pod or 5/6.
Pod, yeah. Okay, so what's here for another sword?
Oh wow!
Another pod key.
Okay.
And a bomb buster down. Okay,
all
so
right.
jkoper, what are you doing here?
I think he was
you're
trying
gonna check
to
this
get
entrance first. That's fine. Check this first. That's fine. Get your nothing from there.
Yep, that definitely was nothing. A compass does not make Eastern Palace more typical.
So usually people are gonna drop down the middle here. Let's see what he does though. Assuming he doesn't die. Okay, good.
Fairy.
There's a key up there.
Like mystery key on the floating island.
All right, so this is it. This is GT right here. So he's not getting those gloves right now.
Yeah, so right, and kind of to your point, because in this case, jkoper's now here in GT, he's going to be able to clear a lot of it. We are going to see some pretty, major divergence, because in this case, Zelda's got the mitts, and he's going to basically chase down like glove lock locations, right? Versus, jkoper's probably going to go chase down whatever GT gives him.
Yep. In terms of what's logically available to him, he's got this ice rod. That's obvious, but then the only thing that's in logic is this first room. He's gonna come up here too with 4 chests. After that, he's sequence breaking, technically. So whatever's in this room is in terms of logic, that's what we care about for progression.
Yeah, and you know, this is the good type of sequence break, right? I mean, most sequence breaks are, you know, in general probably good, as long as you can be more efficient, right? You know, especially with like key logic, there's no real reason for you to, you know, leave a dungeon early because you're missing, you know, like a key or two. Now, I assume he's gonna skip the firebar room, or not. He'll just open it right up. That's also fine.
Yeah, he has a key, so it's kind of okay for him to do it.
Okay.
If he didn't have a key, he definitely would not want to open it. That way, because if he did that, then he wouldn't be able to get to random room.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I think so Zelda actually has 3 keys in his pocket for GT. With those other 2 keys? Oh, he sequence broke them.
Well, so one was in Dark Cross, and
okay,
I'm trying
so
to remember. Right, and I'm trying to remember where the other one was. But yeah, he definitely, like, both of his GT keys are not. Are not logic. Zelda, by the way, did turn in the mushroom, so maybe this is making his eventual way over. He's certainly more incentivized to go back up there with a Master Sword. Of course, we know from jkoper's side that connector is very much cape locked.
Yeah. In terms of consolation prizes, we got 2 bottles and powder, you know.
Yeah, not only 2 bottles, it's 2 bottles like of bees inside. So it's like an apiary inside the window room. Exactly. Oh right, Zelga's gonna chase down that book that he also got in the back of Pod, since he's up here.
Yeah, that book. Was it in that turtle room?
Yeah, it was in Compass Chest. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think that book is in Logic.
How many pod keys do we have? Do we have
4? I think we have 4 between the 2. I think they have different pod keys.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to remember where all the pod keys came from.
Yeah, so the one that jkoper has that Zelda doesn't is the one in the well. And Zelda can't get to it without the hammer yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's gonna pick up his hammer right here. I'm sure he's got some very choice words for this hammer location. So now, all right, Zelda's finally gotten his hammer. He's, you know, basically, you know, the rest of the world's kind of open up to him. Look, hey, look, there's the cape. Are we going back there for the 3rd time?
Man, I don't know anymore.
Well, okay,
at this point, it made us go back for the hammer on top of the castle. Why not make us go back through Bumper on the top of the castle?
Yeah, that's true.
Let's get the whole shebang.
The full Just Crosskeys experience.
Right, so only things in GT were that powder, the cape, and the ice froth torch that we already saw from Zelga's side. And then in terms of logic, I think there was a Mire small, but we haven't even seen Mire yet for that to be relevant.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and right, in terms of logic, only the fire lock, like the left side of Mire, is locked by 3 Mire small keys. But honestly, like, once you get the first one, that's really, you know, saves you a couple of room transition screens. For routing, like, you don't really care anymore.
They're actually doing a couple more entrances that have been in Logic for a while, these 2 Dark World ones, but neither of them had anything particularly useful.
Oh man, look at how nice that hook shot is, dude. Like, there's, you know, if you know, I don't know why more people don't decide to eventually, you know, immediately get the hook shot as fast as they possibly can in MMG. Okay,
so jkoper making his way to Hera finally. He's gonna get that mirror. He's gonna feel real bad about not having it earlier, but better late than never, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like a slightly different setup for a Hera pot. He doesn't, of course, need to do this. He's just gonna, you know, hopefully save himself a little bit of time in order to get up the tower, so he doesn't have to, you know, climb, you know, see some of the extra Beatles rooms.
Yeah. So something Zelda could do while he's up here is open up the Turtle Rock portal and check Dark World entrances. But he can only check 1. That's a bunny.
Oh, right. I forgot about the fact that we have mitts on Zelga's side. Yeah, this is definitely, right, not accessible in this case on jkoper's side as well. It just happens to be this case that both gloves are in pod, and jkoper chose the drop down for GT.
It's not free.
Yes, it is definitely not free. It is ether, so we can't. Well, I mean, we're a bunny right now, so we can't open it up anyway.
Nothing in that one entrance that we could check up here. Now, Zelda is going to hop down the middle here because he did not... well, he found GT earlier, but he did not have anything, like, letting him do more checks.
Yeah, no hookshot, no hammer. Found the hookshot immediately afterwards, but I guess good thing for what it's worth, because even with a hookshot, he couldn't really do anything else in GT.
And he actually has 3 keys, so he can spend his keys as he chooses. Does not have to worry about not having enough keys coming back later. jkoper, on the other hand, he eventually probably will get those keys that Zelda has, but for right now, he doesn't know that.
Right. Looks like he actually is thinking about what he wants to do next.
Yeah. So he knows that mirror's out of logic, but he's just trying to decide what to do to best milk it for what it's worth. But this is going to lead him... Where's this leading him? Where's the back of this lead?
The back of Skullwoods.
Okay, so he hasn't been out here yet, I don't think. I don't think he knows this leads here.
Yeah, right. He doesn't know that this is the entrance, but he's, you know, again, like, both of those guys have already, you know, done all of Skullwoods out of logic. So I don't really think he much cares. And of course, with that mirror, I guess Zelda, you know, mirrored out, and I guess went to the light world. But looks like maybe jkoper is interested in, I guess, doing more bunny walking.
Yeah, you know. So something that, okay, I think where he could go that could be beneficial to him here. Is he gonna just... Okay, he's going this way.
Have we seen South Dark World?
Yeah,
like
we've
Swan Palace.
Yeah, that's where we went through that connector. To
Oh,
get to
right.
Terra.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah, things like that.
Just trying to think. Yeah, I guess he's just gonna put that mirror to use and go check out late race game left for now, and gonna check K45 as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. We can do that now with the mirror. And yeah, and jkoper, much way earlier in the seed, did not scout out race game, so this is gonna be new information for him.
That's also true. Yeah. You know, actually, now thinking about it some more, I think. Okay, so how did Zelda get to the top of the mountain? So he actually, okay, that's right. He had the mirror, and because he had the hammer, he could get to East Death Mountain. I mean, jkoper could get there if he went through. Isn't there a connector that leads to the mountain besides the one that took us there from Swamp?
Well, we definitely came out of Hera, but now we have the hammers, so we can get to both places.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it was? It was Spec Rock cave. That was the other one I was thinking of.
Oh, okay, okay.
I know we found Paradox. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. There's that connector by Link's house. The Mock Rocks one. You're good to go through there and mirror, and then... Well, jkoper does he know that though? I think he sped out that connector.
Yeah. I think jkoper does know about that one because he also took that connector as well. Ah, Zelda. These boulders.
Boulders.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like the boots are supposed to, you know, help mitigate the damage, but sometimes you just have to take the RNG. All right, so jkoper, this is him, you know, going back to at least a sequence broken out Dark Cross. So I think this was another GT small key. And yeah, I guess also jkoper hasn't been to the back of Escape either. I guess also with no glove, no Hyrule small key is not accessible to him, you know, versus Zelda. Oh, Zelda though, reminding us that he does have the cape.
Remember that thing I was saying, you know, going back to this area for one thing and one thing only.
Yep. Just Crosskeys experience. Oh, hey.
Get that small key now. What do you know? What is it? It is a
oh, jeez.
Oh, that puts the well, no, we still need Pearl because of the mirror.
yeah, we still need a Pearl. that seemed to would solve a lot of logical issues, but also give us a lot more access, right? You know, we at least have a glove. Oh, the first glove is definitely in logic because it's on the Bolok side of Pod. But you know, we kind of need some other we need the rest of the sea to open up with that pearl.
So Zelda gonna go back to the swamp area. Gonna probably check the tablet, assuming so. Yeah, he's gonna go check the tablet.
Ah, right.
And this will put him, if he hasn't already done it. I think he's already done it though. Has he checked this rock entrance? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he checked this earlier.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I think that Zelda did after he got the gloves.
People talking about seeing Eastern Palace, and I'm trying to remember where exactly that was, because I do remember seeing it, I just don't remember where it was.
Oh,
it's right here. It's right here.
Is Zelda gonna go in?
Could see it. But he's not bringing that near.
Yup, he's walking straight away. He is.
Love to see it.
He is definitely holding out for that Eastern Palace big key. And you know, if it happens to be that the Eastern Palace big key is inside Eastern Palace, which it very well could be, you know, sometimes you get what you deserve. Just saying.
Something we will never see eye to eye on, I'm sure.
Yeah, honestly, I do not expect to see Zelda dip into Eastern Palace unless it's like one of his basically last remaining options. It's not like either, you know, Eastern Palace is really, you know, difficult to get to either. You know, so this is kind of why I think there's even probably more reason for him to put it off.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why, like you're saying.
Alright, looks like Zelda's gonna take this connector that jkoper already went through. No lamp, of course, means that we still, you know, it's not in logic, but it's not very useful, so. Yeah, Zelda does need to be a little bit careful. He does have a bunch of potions to his name. I don't foresee him having too many issues, at least in this portion of the overworld, but half a heart is not something that is very comfortable in the Dark World.
jkoper taking Paradox here. I'm thinking, I thought he was going to take a different connector, or at least go to East Death Mountain.
Oh, okay. I think he looks like he wants to follow that cape.
Oh, you know what? This will work out. This will work out for him, actually, because it'll put him right where he wants to go.
So the good news is that we don't have to come back here anymore, right? We've already exhausted all of our options, hopefully.
Yeah, we actually don't. I mean, at least on Zelda's side right now, we don't need to take that connector to get up to Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, I guess this is maybe a good opportunity for jkoper to also now drop down to Pod, like the other entrance in Light World. Unless he, of course, wants to go check out more Dark World connectors.
You're gonna check this
Dark
first,
World entrances?
here.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think he's gonna drop down to left here. Yep.
Okay, so this will be really good for jkoper because, you know, this will be Pod, and he's going to be able to get, well, he's certainly going to get at least one glove. I assume he's going to sequence break out the back and get his other glove in Dark Maze.
Yeah, he can actually check one more thing that Zelda could not check. So he has an option of either like the big key chest or Harmless Hellway with his extra key. See if anything important's there.
So okay, so we know from Rocket, so we know from Zelda's side that Pod is a crystal. Like, would you want to try and save a key for potentially Helmasaur? I guess jkoper knows it's a crystal too.
No, he has a map, so he knows it too. It just depends, because of where Pod is. I probably would just go ahead and do that item check while I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, we're still
Pod's
missing
in a kind of out of the way location.
Right. And yeah, we're also missing the Pod big key. So, you know, there's 6 Pod keys out there, right? Surely another one will show up at some point.
You'd think that, but you know, Rando has a mind of its own sometimes, and we just kind of have to roll the punches as they come.
Yeah, well, we've already rolled with many a punch, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we were doing? Okay.
Alright, Zelda picking up now his Tempered Sword that he potentially could have had actually quite a while ago, but I don't think he necessarily was too worried. It's just an offensive upgrade.
Yeah, he definitely won't say no.
Alright,
jkoper getting his first glove, and presumably going to continue on to get his other glove. And now he knows his other sword that he has in logic.
Right, Yeah, finally some of the stuff is coming back together. Oh, ooh, Zelda trying to, looks like we're gonna sequence bring out some flippers. Gonna go for a swim. Nice job. Wow, even using the red boomerang for Ancilla delete. So nice job on Zelda's
Yeah,
side.
if you drop two bombs, throw the boomerang in such a way that as you jump in the water, it clinks on the island, and that is enough brights per se on screen to overload the Ancilla slots and delete the splash. Okay, so I was correct about that book being there and that non-dark room chest. But we still don't have enough logical pod keys to put it available.
Yeah, right. I think right now, Zelda did check Bombo's tablet, and he also checked either tablet. Didn't really yield anything. I don't think we've seen Desert Palace.
No, he checked it. He checked it pretty early, like as soon as he got it, almost.
All right, cool. Okay, so then basically the book was just like an errands quest, like that led to nothing, like a wild goose chase.
I mean, depending on who you are, it lets you know what's on PED.
That's also true.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Whoa! Talk about a sequence broken flute in Harmless Hellway. Whoa.
Yeah, that's certainly not nothing, Clear Mouse.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, so right, Harmless Hellway is locked by all the pod keys, all the small ones. But that gives us a whole lot more access now.
Yeah, so with those mitts now and the flute combined, we can access the mire area. It's not logic. We need, like Clear Mouse is saying, all 6 pod keys. And we've known where some of them are thanks to us sequence breaking them. We still need the other logical pieces to put those things in logic.
Yep.
Big twisted knot.
Yeah. This is exactly why you don't always follow logic, right? In Crosskeys, because again, we would not have been able to see the flute, and then we would have been here for another 30 minutes or something. jkoper unfortunately failed the hammer jump from the north, and this is kind of why, unfortunately, sometimes runners decide to kind of try to go all the way to the bottom and reset the room, and then do it from the south. Because if you fail, you're gonna have to reset the super tile, and that involves basically going all the way back down the stairs and then coming back up.
All right, so he got this time. He's got the right alignment.
Yeah, and I think, with the sequence broken flutes, we can also go activate, like, checkerboard entrance as well. And whatever else we can get in the desert area, like on the ledge. So, lots of options now for jkoper. And and then with the gloves, of course, we can also go to the back of Escape as well in order to basically get his Temper Sword and Bombos, which also, as Zelga's kind of demonstrating with that, we can now kind of handle out Ice Palace.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where Bombos was.
It was also in the back of Escape. It was a sword and Bombos back there.
Okay, so it's in logic. Alright, so this is something else in logic. Now, the other thing I'm trying to remember is if we've seen the rock at the Ice Palace. I mean, not the Ice Palace, the Ice Rock Cave area. Have we seen that rock?
Yeah, no, you're right. We haven't seen that. Ever since, we got the gloves, no one's been back there.
Okay, so that's something else. Hey, our first fire source hit.
Amazing! I was just gonna ask you, Rocken, if you were a believer in the rule of fire, especially, but Zelga's a big proponent of it. Does that count?
Not quite. It has to be like Fire Rod locking Bombos or Bombos locking Fire Rod. It's almost the same thing because Lamp does a lot of things the Fire Rod does too.
Yeah.
All right, but no Case of Maria, so we got to go this way.
And this is such a good opportunity, especially if you are proponents of NMG, we're gonna be able to see some really nice Ice Palace bomb jumping here.
Probably not some dash turn setup, but still we get to see the classic Ice Palace skipperoonie.
Oh, looks like they'll get like the nice NMG with beams tracking on the conveyor room. I think one of those shadow guys ended up taking the hit for the Bari, and unfortunately it didn't quite get killed.
That conveyor room is deceptively tricky and annoying because just depending on whichever way it moves when it starts, you have to react to it moving and then try and beam the jellies and or damage boost. So.
I thought that was every room in Ice Palace was deceptively difficult. But I will certainly take your word for it, Rocket.
I mean, that one can beat you up more than other ones, I guess. That's maybe that's the factor of why it's deceptively difficult comparatively.
All right, so Zelda is in here. No big key means that we are gonna have to leave a chest behind. But everything else, you know, is at least accessible to us, not necessarily logically. But hey,
there
you know what?
it is.
We got finally everything. Now is hunky dory. We found our Moon Pearl and Ice Palace. What a sequence, by the way, in order to get to it. And the fire rod. Oh
okay,
God.
now the rule of fire is in effect.
Rule of fire, man. You know this is Zelda seed right here. You know, and chances are the way the seed's going, like there's gonna be nothing in Eastern Palace, and he's gonna be just so happy.
Meanwhile, jkoper is gonna be not heading in the direction of that pearl. Although at this point, it is a lot easier to get back to the mountain. He can just flute to one and hook across the mountain to get to ice.
Yeah, I mean, the flute really does, you know, especially in Light World, right, kind of cuts down on so much travel, especially when, looks like for this particular seed, in order to get to the mountain, it wasn't exactly the fastest of connectors in order to get you up there.
That's true. Saving and quitting to Old Man is even faster. Why not?
Alright, though, looks like the Desert Ledge, or at least Desert Overworld, didn't really yield too much, so jkoper is going to finish out the rest of this place. Interesting, Turtle Rock Front. No Kena Samaria, of course, means that we can't really do too much there. Oh, it is double ether. Interesting.
And we haven't seen it, so...
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, but at the same time, though, Bombos isn't useless. It's required to get the fire rod.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And in fact, that basically means it locked both our fire sources, which...
Yeah, that's actually really true. We found the lamp and we found the fire rod in here.
Yeah.
So it seems like now we have a lot of, you know, suddenly we have a lot of items. We are still missing the flippers, because I think jkoper at least found Swamp Palace that we really can't get to. But it seems like actually now we're now missing a lot of big keys, right? Eastern Palace big key, Turtle Rock big key, Thieves Town big key, right? Yeah. So you know, it's like now you have the stuff to actually do the dungeons, but you know, again, it's like we can't really finish them. Pod big key.
Well, we get info here with Sahashala.
Oh, well.
Oh, okay. So desert. We knew desert was a pendant, but we didn't know it was the green pendant.
True.
Oh, but now we got another pendant out of ice. So yeah. There you go.
Oh, hey. Wow. Well, that's a convenient medallion.
It would be convenient if jkoper had the pearl on hand already.
Exactly. He'll make his way eventually back to ice. Like, he definitely saw it. You know, he got Bombos out of the back of his cave. It should be.
We'll see. He is now going to top a bumper with his connector. Gonna take his... Actually, what will this gain him, though? What did he... Man, where is the Paradox connectors again? Because one of them led to... where he's about to go now, if he mirrors. The other one is on Death Mountain, but where was the other one? Oh, getting a ferry? And
no, he didn't even get the ferry. I don't know if this was maybe like a wrong turn that he.
Okay, he's right by Ice Palace now. Yeah, he's probably just trying to remember where to go to get to this area, and now he's in the right area, so he'll get his pearl very shortly.
Yeah, pearl, lamp. Fire rod.
All the fire you could dream of.
Everything, yep. Oh, right. Zelda also giving us a reminder that Spike Cave is a thing that exists. We found this super early, but no hammer, no glove. Very important, by the way, especially if you know, make your way all the way over here after the hammer and realize you don't have a glove.
That's a required big key in Spike Cave. We'll take that.
Heck yeah.
Oh, okay, Zelda doing something pretty heads up here.
Is he saving it? Is he going back to Portal?
Yeah, so if you die in quote-unquote overworld spot, your portal stays intact. Well, I mean, if you die anywhere, your portal stays intact, but specifically dying in the overworld, because getting out of Spike Cave can be annoying. He could have gotten out with the magic that he had, but I guess he wants to preserve it, so he's just going to do it this way instead. But yeah, his portal's still there. You can just continue right where he left off. All right, so back to our discussion on what we still need. We definitely need the Eastern Big. We do not know much more than that. We know we need at least 2 more big keys outside of that one, though, because 3 of our remaining dungeons are not pendants, or at least 2 of our remaining dungeons that we don't have biggies for are not pendants, which, you know, Thieves Town, Mire, and Turtle Rock. So at least 3 big keys. Maybe flippers as well, because we do not have those yet for Swamp. Have we found all our dungeons is the next question.
Yeah, it looks like, though, according to our trackers, looks like we haven't seen the back of Skull Woods yet. I mean, we saw the entrance, but we haven't seen the actual contents, like the dungeon itself. And then you're right, it looks like actually the Mire dungeon itself was also missing.
Rick is saying in chat that Mire's our last pendant. Well, did you see that from a map check? Because yeah, I think the tracker meant to mark it as a Ice Palace as the pendant. Yeah, okay. Anyways.
No worries. But you know what? Zelka's gonna find out, you know, without even talking to Saha, because that flute is 100% non-logic and not accessible to him right now. He's gonna find out that this is gonna be the green pendant. Of course, he can't turn it in because, again, Saha is locked by the flute, and it's in Checkerboard Cave area. So he is at least gonna be able to claim an item here.
Right, and as far as, well, jkoper couldn't open up the Mire entrance.
Right, mm-hmm.
So as far as we know, there's no other way to get there outside of the flute. I mean, I think at this point we can probably assume that there's no way to get there outside the flute.
Yeah, right, and I think, right, maybe, actually, right, even the Mire entrance main, you know, is locked by Ether, right, which is, of course, assumes that you can get there.
Yeah, and yeah, to be able to get to that Ether, you need that flute for right now.
Exactly.
Anyways, we've pretty well touched on why. So yeah, there is the green pendant. Zelda now knows what the green pendant is. It might be a little sad because he kind of wanted it to be the non-green pendant in case he found Saha.
Yeah, exactly. I guess, you know, one more pendant to go before, what should happen to be is blind pulling pedestal. Even though they do have the book, there's no reason for them to read it if they have all 3 pendants.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it looks like, at least according to, I think, late biz tracker for jkoper, we did potentially find out. I think jkoper found Turtle Rock front, right, as part of his travels. And so maybe he had Turtle Rock map by then. And so I think he figured out it was a pendant. So cool, okay.
Alright, so there you go. Now we know what we need. We need the cane. We need the flippers. We need 3 big keys. And are we good, though, after that? I guess, because Ganon's available. So yeah, those things. And have we found Misery Mire? I don't know if we have not yet.
No.
And have we found back of Skull Woods?
We have not found the back of Skull Woods. No. So
okay.
we still need to go find 2 entrances at this point. But I think they have everything they potentially need in order to get all the entrances, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They got the medallions, they've got, you know, the mitts. I guess, you know, we saw jkoper said they have the flutes.
Right. The only entrance currently inaccessible will be the Big Bomb entrance.
Oh, right. Yeah,
we need the Eastern
true.
Big Key to get that.
Yeah, I wonder where that Eastern Palace Big Key is. You know,
I better not hear the words out of your mouth.
I am just very curious about where it's hiding right now. That's all.
Yeah, nothing to do with the fact that it might be an Eastern Palace or anything, right?
Of course not. No, of course not. Speaking of, so I guess, like, logically speaking, you know, the back of Skull Woods, like, the dungeon is still locked by 3 Skull Woods Small Key, so it is a technically required pendant, but of course, again, who cares about logic?
The randomizer cares about logic.
Yeah, that's true. It has to be a completable seed.
Yeah. No one ever considers the randomizer when we talk about what people care about.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, yeah, you know, like, maybe we should have seen the Turtle Rock being a pendant, you know, very early, because we got to GT, and, like, lo and behold, there was the Ice Rod just, like, sitting there, so it's like, oh, well, why would they give us an Ice Rod so early?
You know, sometimes we like to hope and dream.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
Alright, we got so Zelda doing the purple chest trick where you leave the follower behind in Dark World on a mirror next to the spot you drop it off.
Yeah, but looks like, I mean, I think it was maybe like 20 rupees or something on the Smith, so the Smith chain was pretty useless.
Yeah, not gonna bat an eye.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess you hope for jkoper's sake he ignores it, but we'll see what he does.
Yeah, I mean, but like some of these things are just harder to ignore, right? Just because you have the option available to you, and especially with jkoper, the flute, he's got the mirror, right? Hopefully should be some fairly, you know, efficient checks for him. Oh, I think Zelda's gonna check out some bonk rocks that we haven't seen yet. So I think jkoper only did the Light World bonk rocks, and no one's kind of been over here after they got the pearl. But looks like it's a just another fairy fountain.
Yeah. Okay. So one other thing I just remembered. We know where a big key is right now.
Oh yeah, it's on Lake Hylia Island, right?
Yes. We don't have the flippers for yet. But we could get it if we really wanted to.
Oh yeah, that's true. That would actually be pretty cool. Is he doing it?
And is he doing it right now? Oh my goodness, Zelda.
Oh man, this is why Zelda's 3-0, by the way. And he is such a talented Crosskeys runner. This is gonna be quite the treat.
Okay, only thing I don't want to like jinx him or anything, but I don't know if he even set it up properly. He seemed kind of far away from the edge. Okay, but he got it. Right.
Yeah,
it's a little forgiving.
He got his water walk. Yup.
It's a pretty forgiving trick, all things considered. So. And it is a required. No, it's not. Wait, no, it's a pendant.
Yeah, it's potentially required. Potentially, right? I mean, like there could be something that's that's locked. Trinex is locking. No, the big chest is locking. But yes, it is not a crystal big key that we're looking for.
Yeah. Are we really surprised at this point? Is my next question.
Yeah, that's true. Whenever you're missing, big keys, the non-required ones always show up first, right? Like you're gonna see like a big key to Skull Woods before we see a big key, let's say to Thief's Town or something.
We're gonna see Skull and then Swamp, and then we'll see Ice just to rub it in our face, and then when we think okay, it's all over, right? No, we'll see the GT big key after that too.
Oh, Relkin, are you climbing? If you see GT big key.
Where is GT again? It is on a mountain. It's a very inconvenient spot. If I am in the area, I might just climb it. But that's, of course, contingent upon big key find.
Yeah, being in the area isn't really something I think that's, they just kind of wander to. It is, as you said, kind of inconvenient.
Well, now that we've got a way to open Turtle Rock on jkoper's side, and also we got another entrance that's kind of still there. We didn't open earlier, the rock entrance.
Oh,
we do have a reason to be up there. Not a huge reason, but a reason.
Oh yeah, right. And jkoper can also open the Mire entrance as well. But you know what? Speaking of Mire, Zelda has actually found the dungeon itself, and he knows. I think he knows in this case. Yeah, it's a crystal because he has the map. So he is going to at least get the first 6 chests.
Yeah, no big key, no cane. So all I can do is get 6 chests in here.
We apparently have all 3 Mire small keys. Great.
Right. Yeah.
So,
those showed up. Yeah, one was in GT, and then 2, I forget what the other 2 were.
So what do you think? I'm assuming we're gonna have to find something here in Mire, because we're kind of running low on progression stuff.
Yeah, it could even be over here just because we have all those small keys in our possession. So this next chest, wouldn't be surprised if there's something here.
Yeah, by the way, Zelda needs to be very careful. Jeez. Yeah, those slugs, the bomb slugs do 4 hearts of damage. Oh, jkoper. Oh, here we go.
Oh, get your shady indecisives in chat.
Look, yeah, he was definitely thinking about it, but here we go.
Alright, we have made our decision though. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
alright, so yup.
I will allow you to post that emote in chat just because the decision has happened now.
Well, so, exactly. He's gone in. We're gonna basically see in this case what Eastern Palace has.
Okay. Well, we were wrong about left side Mire, so thanks, game.
Yeah, that was really useless. It was like 10 arrows and a heart piece. Speaking of though, 20 rupees
really
and a single
things.
Eastern Palace doesn't really look like it's that much more. It doesn't look like that much more lucrative.
I have an even better Eastern emote.
Hey,
This
look,
one right there.
Oh yeah, that's true. You revive. I can't. I literally didn't realize how many Eastern Palace emotes there were.
You know, I'm extremely happy with what.
Oh wow! You know, I will say, Zelda, I think, made the better. You know, he found Meyer. That was a better decision for him because he found the Eastern Palace big key.
All right, guys, we know who won this war today. Let it be known. Let it be known. Let it be known that the war has been won.
In jkoper's defense, right? He got the glove super late, right? Zelda had already seen it and then decided to put it off. But jkoper, you know, this is pretty late for him, right? And he did get a requisite big key that he also got. He got like
he did. That's correct. Not like he didn't get anything out of it, but still, he could have gone in and did the whole thing in one trip, as opposed to Zelda, who's put it off and will be able to do it in one fell swoop later on. That is all that was in Eastern, just that Thieves' big key. That at least jkoper could access.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna assume that we're gonna go straight back over to Thieves Town like right now. Thieves Town was what, in Kakariko, I think? It was like one of like the first, I don't know, 5th entrance that we checked or something like that. And we got Thieves Town small key alongside.
Going back to the mountain, I think he might be opening Turtle Rock. Like I don't think he's checked the towel yet either.
Right, that's right. Yeah, right. Zel goes up here earlier because he had the book earlier, but I think in this case it's just bait.
Yeah, nothing on tablets to seed.
Yeah, I think then, right, and so because now we have the Pearl Dark World Shopping Mall, I think is also accessible to us. Because I think there was also one entrance over there that we hadn't checked that was also glove locked.
Yeah, there's one outstanding entrance over there too. We can get there somewhat. No, we can't get there that easily. There's Hyrule connectors, but like those connectors are kind of annoying to get to.
Yeah, and like ideally, like I guess the quote-unquote most convenient way is with flippers, but again, we're still looking for those.
Yeah, you know, okay, but you know, remember how Zelda got that Turtle Rock big key?
Yes, that's true. He can, yeah, and actually, Ice Rock Cave with that pit, right, was actually very close. So,
just do, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, at least with the gloves, with the boots, you could do a water walk, right? And so at least it'll be a bit, faster than having to, like, especially that place is kind of dangerous.
All right, so the Turtle Rock entrance not giving us anything, but this entrance also not giving us anything.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted this one to be there just to give my voice inflection a reason to be the voice inflection it was, but this game has other ideas.
Yeah, this game's sense of humor is certainly it could be very open to interpretation.
Yep. All right, jkoper, you're going to Thieves Town now, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, alright, and this is Zelda picking up his big key to Thieves Town as well, and we're gonna get a couple more new checks on Zelda's side, because he now has, of course, the Eastern Palace big key.
Yeah. He did what he does best.
Yep, I mean, this seed, Zelda has done very well for himself. I mean, a lot of things certainly have gone well, right for him, right? Rule of Fire, for example, in Ice Palace.
Yeah.
And, I think he is just probably most happy when he can single dip Eastern Palace. Yeah, looks like at least the big key, the big chest in Eastern Palace is just a map to ice. We've of course already beat the dungeon. We don't actually care about that.
All right, if you wouldn't mind, where was Misery Mire again?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I saw it on Zelda's side, but definitely did not pay attention to where it was. Dark 5, thank you,
Dark
Top
5,
File.
thank you. Thanks, Top File. So that's actually should be pretty easily accessible for jkoper, right?
Yeah, that's actually really accessible for him. Flute to 5 and just get to Dark World. Okay, so back to our discussion on what things we still need. We still need the flippers, cane, and the Meyer Big, and I think that's it now.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We did find. Yeah, and so jkoper is still missing the pod big key, which of course we know is requisite, and that was in Spike Cave, where Zelda.
Yeah, and Spike Cave is at the fortune teller north of the village.
Right, it's north of the village. So it's like, right, they found it really early, and it's very accessible. But again, you know, these are things that you need eventually to make the conscious decision to go back to. And sometimes, you know, especially if we've got crystal dungeons on the table, it's just gonna be very slightly further delayed.
Yeah, so one thing that could bring jkoper back to that area would be desert. He does not know that it's crystal yet. So he could go there, and that would put him right by Spike Cave. That would be one thing, but it just depends. Alright, so speaking of things that we still needed, there's that Cave Samaria.
Yeah, that Cane of Samaria is a pretty decent, you know, find here on Armos nights.
Extremely convenient considering it's on a required boss. Yeah, so people pointing out that yes, you in fact had to double dip Meyer. Eastern Big Key in the Meyer map chest, and then the Cane of Samaria on Armos nights.
Yeah, and right, without the Meyer Big Key, of course, it's not like we can really, you know, go back and do anything else in Meyer. So.
Right.
But I guess like the cane now opens up a bunch of stuff in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and then we could go back to GT if we wanted to. It's not logic to do right side.
Right side is also a thing.
I think he's going there now, actually. Oh, he's opening at Turtle Rock first.
Okay.
Or no, he did this already. He's just picking an entrance. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zelda hasn't been over to the Meyer area, so he doesn't have ether. Nice silvers though, by the way, on Thieves Town. So that's actually be pretty nice loadout. You know, at least for jkoper, you know, just because gonna be silvers having Vitreous, and of course also for the Ganon fight itself.
Yep.
Gonna be very
Zelda will definitely. Yeah, Zelda's gonna get them too, obviously, because you know, they're forced to get. But notwithstanding, we are giving it a very nice end-game equipment setup here. He's actually going to go to Pod instead of GT right now, because he can beat this and it's a crystal. Okay, this makes sense.
Oh, you're talking about Zelda. I was like...
Zelda.
Right now.
I was like, he had the option to either hop down to GT or Pod, but he chose the required, you know, dungeon.
Oh, looks like jkoper, he did stumble upon Meyer. Doesn't look like he wants to go in quite. Maybe he just wants to finish up the entrances in the area before he goes back in.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's not the worst idea. Just trying to see if you can find the Meyer Big before diving. There's the Hera Small and the Hera Big Key chest.
Does that key exist to you, Relkin?
Hera's in Kakariko, so it's very convenient to do, if anything. I mean, if I'm Zelda now, if I'm Zelda though, like I've already done desert, I've already done Spike Caves, so there's like nothing around the area that makes me want to go back there. Maybe if I get the Skull Big Key, I might consider it.
Oh yeah, that's true. We can actually combine that. And
considering we're still looking for the back of Skull, oh wait, no, that's the same quick point. Never mind. I was gonna say we can go to the back of Skull with entrance, but we've already been out of there.
Yeah, we still need the Skullwoods back, like, dungeon-wise.
Right. Okay, so, Zelda getting his flute, maybe 30 minutes after jkoper got his. Certainly not a great feeling, but Zelda had no choice, pretty much.
Alright, looks like, though, at least the pod big key didn't keep jkoper from any items, but, you know, of course, with this big key, Zelda's definitely gonna claim his next crystal. I guess, so would you also look to do Pyramid Fairy after this?
Let's see. With that flute now, it's a little bit easier to stomach, I guess.
I mean, we are still looking for, you know, Skullwoods entrance, right? The dungeon, so...
I think if I'm Zelda, I'd probably focus on Meyer area, though, since I just got that flute.
Oh, yeah, that's also a very good point. yeah, we're gonna be able to see in this case what the Mire main entrance is as well, because we have Ether and we have he's gonna get Ether and then
he's gonna get it, but
right.
yeah, like jkoper got it, but he couldn't open it. But Zelda will be able to open it after he visits Saha, and we'll get to see what Saha gives us.
Oh right, yeah. Zelda definitely beat out Desert. Found out the hard way, I guess, or the actual way that Desert Palace was the green pendant, so he's gonna be able to turn that in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, chat bringing up another good point. If Zelda just takes the big bomb with him post doing all this flute stuff, Mire, he could get Thieves Town and the big bomb done in one trip. I actually don't think we've seen the pyramid item yet. Because we've got Sal at the top of the castle.
Yeah, that's such a very good point. Right, I don't think we've actually been to the pyramid area. After all this things. Yeah, despite us having been up on like the top of Hyrule Castle like 3 times, we have actually not seen the pyramid.
You know, just another hashtag just Crosskeys.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, so speaking of new
checks, I don't think we've seen Catfish yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of this North Dark World stuff at all. And of course, we are still looking for flippers as well. Just the fish that reminded me.
Yeah.
But nothing here though. Nothing on Catfish. Nothing in Mimic Cave.
All right. Bringing the Helmetsore King down to the ground. We got 3 crystals on Zelga's side. What does Helmetsore drop?
Oh my gosh. Oh, dude. Well, you know, we're talking about, you know, potentially getting, you know, Zelda back into the Kakariko area.
Yeah, I mean, that would be one thing that could bring him back to maybe do Hair Basement on his path, but it just depends on what he's feeling like. And he's probably going to go activate his flute. Actually, you know, flute activation might just make him go do it, but let me see. How many items for Go Mode? He needs Flippers, Mire Big, and to find back his skull. I don't think he's going to do Hair Basement. That's much my guess, though. We'll see if he does, though.
Yeah, right. It's like a very long time commitment, right? You have to sit through the whole basement, you know, for tiles, and it's like a minute or something like that, all things considered. So.
Yeah, so he's activating the flutes first.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the back of skull, jkoper is right here.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go get the next crystal.
So this is, I'm guessing this was like the island entrance, right? Like was it Ice Palace or was it like Light World Ice Palace?
Oh, right. It was the, late bit confirming and top file our trackers. It was bottom buffer cave, right? I guess speaking of, I don't think we've actually seen the Light World version. Maybe Zelda at some point did it, but yeah. We definitely hadn't seen some of this stuff since they got their gloves.
Okay. I guess I thought it was those entrances because jkoper was in, like, at Catfish, but oh well. So that's... Okay, so that would be another reason Zelda could go back to that area to do Hair Basement. Here's front of Turtle Rock.
Right, yeah, we saw this on jkoper's side. When he was over here, you know, he didn't have a Pearl, he didn't have, well, a Cane. So nothing really to do here. But yeah, Zelda's got everything.
Yeah, and he doesn't really feel remorse doing this now because Turtle Rock's a pendant. I'm sure he would have rushed, like, Trinex. Because he, Laser Bridge is at the eastern entrance, so if Turtle Rock was a crystal, he would have just gone there.
Oh,
there is. Oh.
Awful. Can we put it back?
Yeah, I mean, you can. You as the commentator can put it back.
Oh my gosh, that is not a big key. Yeah, exactly. Remember when we were saying that we wanted, you know, we're gonna get all the big keys that we don't need before this? Yeah.
Yeah, we're just missing that ice big key to just get.
Yeah, that's true. No one wants
and
to.
Swamp big key. And there it is, Swamp big key.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, at least we didn't have flippers, right? You know, we haven't been into Swamp Palace. You know, at least, you know, we could go see what the big chest has the first time around, but man.
Right. All right, so in terms of what big keys are remaining, the only ones we do not know about where they are Ice and Mire, and we need the Mire one. Now, where could it be is the question. Not a graveyard ledge, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think in this case, what other even like item entrances we have left. Like,
there you go.
right,
Lapis got you covered.
Oh, no, yeah, thank you so much, Leapit. Blind's Hut, Ice Rock Cave, yeah. Oh, right, yeah, dude, we're like 2 hours in and we haven't seen Sick Kid. We found all 4 bottles, by the way. Looks like jkoper still having no flippers. He's gonna have to do this, you know, the old minor glitch way.
I don't think we've seen these checks, like the big chest and or crystal ore. I don't think.
Right. We haven't been right because we got the cane only exclusively on Zelda's side, and it was so late. Speaking of Blind's Hut, here we go.
Oh, Zelda get locked out. The pigs. Try again. There you go.
Yep. First try.
First one ND
yep, that's
try.
Right. Oh man, Blind's Hut is really... maybe this last one would be okay, but it is really nothing.
Nope.
It was, wow. Alright. It was a cave.
Alright, what's on Saha?
Thanks, game. I guess we're gonna go back and check that shovel.
Yeah, if that's any incentive to, like... I don't know... No, Zelda did Smith Chain, right? So,
yeah,
like,
yeah, he definitely did Smith Chain.
Somewhat isolated check at this point, but it's easy to do, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he has a flute, you know, just flute to 4, he can run over, it's not gonna be the end of the world. But yeah, but as you rightfully pointed out, right, there is nothing really in the area that would take him back there more quickly.
Okay. So we already saw the back of Skullwood, excuse me. So at this point, all this could really be is, I guess, Sick Kid.
Oh, jkoper, that's right. He hasn't been back here since he got his first Castle Tower small key.
Yeah. Okay, so apparently, this is Magic Bat behind Agate 1. I guess I thought it was like Useless Fairy.
Yeah, I thought it was Useless Fairy, but I mean, again, I trust our trackers, so. Looks like jkoper also thinks it's also Magic Bat because he is continuing on to Castle Tower.
Okay, so we just haven't flip-flopped. I guess I thought maybe Magic Bat was behind Agate 2, but no, it's Useless Fairy there, and then Magic Bat is at Lumberjack.
This is quite the interesting development then, if that's the case. You know, so jkoper's gonna spend a couple minutes basically climbing Agate Tower. Hopefully we're not gonna get too many blue balls.
Gonna see the pyramid on both sides after they're both done with what they're doing.
Just very, very different routes in order to get there. Silver arrows are certainly quite nice in Agate Tower. Basically, you know, be one-shotting everything.
They sure do make quick work. Certainly more than a couple pot bros, I feel like.
Yeah.
Alright,
Zelda remembering that he does need to check the pyramid. It is a small key.
At this point, it's not going to be useful to us because we found all of them.
Hey, look, so that's our 6th logical pot key, right?
But like I said, we actually already found all the. Oh, okay.
Hey, look, it's
There's our last item cave.
And it's a compass. Thanks, game.
Yeah, you know. Okay, so that means I think we are just restricted to, I think, dungeon items or, like, things blocked by dungeons. Alright, yeah, Zelda, as we were talking about earlier, going to finish off these while he's in the area.
Yeah. And then I think and this is also very reasonable to kind of, you know, do everything along the path, right? We're still missing, again, you know, we're missing flippers, we're missing Meyer Big Key, you know, so chances are not everything's going to be, you know, conveniently placed back here, you know, in the back of East Town.
So I'm trying to think about what we have left. We just got the Skull Big Key. We still have that Hera Small Key. And we could go kill Trinex, and then we could do what jkoper's doing.
Yeah, I was also wondering about that too. Is like, you know, so we do have the Turtle Rock Big Key that Zelda's sequence broke, you know, because it was on like Hylia Island. We don't have the flippers.
Oh, right. Okay, so Trinex is out of logic.
Right. But I mean, but again, you know, we're still missing quite a bit of stuff, right? There's no reason why like flippers, you know, can't be on I guess I don't know. I mean, you know, it's like it's another item, I guess, available.
I mean, the only thing that could be on Trinex is the Meyer Big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. There's Trinex and there's also the Turtle Rock big chest as well.
Well, we just saw that from Zelda.
Oh, did we see that? Oh, sorry, I must have missed.
Yeah,
that.
we saw that and Crystal Roller from Zelda just a second ago.
Oh, right, gotcha.
Yeah, no worries. So
oh my gosh, though.
you know this thing about Aga 1 where he like makes it where you can't hit him sometimes. I don't like that. Can we remove that from the game, please?
And you know, and I really hope that there is something on Magic Bat because that was. I mean, I didn't count them in Blue Balls, but jkoper spent a long time here on.
Yeah, that was like
Aga 1.
that felt like 6 or 7. I want to say. So he is gonna get his look at the pyramid finally. He's gonna get his next pod key, which will be his 5th.
Right. And I guess if he ever decide, well, he has to go back to pod eventually. If he does check Vanilla Big Key chest, he will get his Hera Small. Another potential location.
Yep. And in terms of logic, you know, that is one of our, I think, so far, one of our last 3 things that we can do that's in logic. Alright, he's taking this connector back to Floating Island. Where will this take him? Is he going to GT? Yeah. No, he can't go. Well, actually, he could climb GT. Oh, GT climb. Right.
Yeah, that's right, he could.
GT climb, and Tile Room are both in logic. And the GT Big Chest.
Don't have the Canis Maria though on his side?
Sorry, I'm thinking in terms of across both runners. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right. But I think jkoper, I think all he has is the climb itself.
I think all he. Oh yeah, we had GT Big Chest checked a while ago. So yeah, all he has is climb. So
I was actually wondering this too. Like, you've just spent this much time defeating Aga 1. Like, would you not go check Magic Bat immediately?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why he's doing what he's doing, but he's doing what he's doing. He could certainly route in like Spike Cave on the way to Lumberjack check, and then turn also get to the Skullwoods entrance.
Oh right, yeah, that's true. The good reminder, you know, in that Spike Cave is at the fortune teller shop at like north of the village, and that's where the pot big key is. Definitely very, very much required. And yeah, I guess also jkoper decided to duck out of Maya early. That's also where the Eastern Palace big key is. So we definitely still, you know, need stuff in Maya.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So... I don't know if you heard me just give a little laughter there, but
yeah, what happened?
Zelda got lottoed.
Oh, did he?
Yes. Poor guy. Like, whether he's intentionally trying to stop his movement there or not, he definitely got hit by that ropa. Just in that same spot, you know. So it just makes me laugh.
Oh man. Yeah, that ropa, like, I swear, like, I don't know, he must have like a bunch of lottery tickets. Like he knows really how to get people. You know, again, he's made, in this case, like 2 pretty significant time investments, right? One being, you know, the Aga Tower climbs, a couple of minutes, and now we're going to climb GT for another couple of minutes. This one is a bit more, you know, item dense in that there are, you know, 4 items he can get to. Again, like there's nothing behind, you know, the climb, right, for Aga 2. So it's really only just for 4 more items. Now,
yeah,
of course, you know,
go ahead.
If it's important, oh no, yeah, I was gonna say if flippers are up here, though, you know, he's made a, you know, a galaxy brain decision, and you know,
the only thing about flippers being up here, is that the only thing that would lock is Meyer Big, and I don't know, like, in terms of like how quickly that would push jkoper in the right direction to get his, you know, pod big, to get his Eastern big from Meyer, like it. Zelda has already gotten. He's only down to he's down to 2 items left that he needs. In terms of what he's got left.
Very well.
Yeah. Oh hey.
Oh good. Have we seen the other side? I'm trying to remember. It doesn't look.
I don't think it's going to be useful to us because I think we found all the useful connector ends. So I think he doesn't care about it.
Or he'll take it, or maybe he's just taking it to flute.
We don't. I don't know where this spits out.
I don't
sure.
I don't remember seeing this entrance, so
Yeah.
I guess we're just gonna find out together.
GT? Yeah.
GT, nice call, Rocket. We definitely have had not seen this connector yet. Oh, big key too. Oh my god. No, dude, no, dude. Put that. You know, okay. So I want to put the GT big key back. We're gonna put everything that followed GT big key back as well. Oh my god.
I cannot believe that it just did that to us.
Oh, alright, this last chest. Alright, you can do this, Moldorm chest. You could save us from the agony.
Like Sabatender just yelling no at any
Yeah,
like
exactly.
stupid moment that we have to endure.
Oh my gosh, amazing! We found
amazing.
armor. Our first male upgrade over 2 hour mark.
So happy about. Oh,
Yeah.
jkoper, you should go check the big chest of ice now.
Oh, actually, that is actually a very reasonable point. Ice Palace is actually very, very close by there.
He was right by it. I mean, granted, he could get back there just as easily with a save and quit, but like, no, I mean, not a really better time than right then.
So maybe this is gonna be his lumberjack check.
This will be Spike Cave and Lumberjack, I think. Or he's gonna skip. Oh man. No, you need to go to Spike Cave.
He went right past Spike Cave.
Yeah, he did. And that's why I'm saying the things I'm saying. In the way I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Anyways, new checks on Zelga's side as well. We got the tile room, and then gonna continue on to compass room. And we'll get to see what this very out of the way check is. Lumberjack.
Alright, I certainly hope for jkoper's sake this is gonna be something that's useful.
Alright, tile room incoming. Nothing.
Oh no, that is not a good feeling.
Yeah, that is 3 minutes or whatever down the drain. However long it took to climb and however many blue balls I gave you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for what it's worth, the climb was slightly faster just because he had, better offensive equipment, right? Silver arrows did certainly make the rooms a bit faster, but yeah, again, like the major time investment for stuff like this is pretty rough.
More new checks. Got the compass room, like I said, and it's got nothing. So cool.
Yeah. So okay. So right's interesting. Zelga's not climbing.
Yeah. He doesn't have the big key.
Oh, right. That's right.
I'm trying to think where what was. GT big key. Oh, jkoper's doing a water walk.
I think jkoper, is he also setting up like the same water walk in order to try and sequence break out the big key on Lake Hylia Island?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like this is like the quote unquote traditional route. Like if you're playing non-entrance, I think Zelda, had a very he found Ice Rock Cave like right by, so it was actually closer pit in terms of entrances. So he was able to speed this up a bit.
Yeah, that's just one of those things you just kind of have to be aware of in the moment, and then be like, I used to like track those kinds of caves on my tracker, but ever since with Splash Delete, I just kind of haven't thought too much about those things. But it's one of those things, like if you're aware of it in the moment, more power to you.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I think you mentioned, kind of this before, but a lot of the Crosskeys decisions that you end up making, are like kind of based on experience as well. Like it all depends on, how the seed's going, how you're feeling, what the different things are, and I think that you get that kind of sense after playing a ton of Crosskeys scenes.
jkoper gonna head back to the mire entrance, which he could not open earlier.
Right.
Actually, no, he's gonna. What is he doing? What's over here on this side?
Check the mire entrance.
I thought he was too, but see how wrong we both were.
Oh right.
Well, that's where the. Oh, okay. He
just got the big key that was sequence broken out. Yeah, it certainly makes sense. He wants to go chase it.
Oh yeah. By the way, that shovel check we finally just now saw from Zelga's side. It was nothing. So.
Oh right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got that's off the green pendant.
Yeah, super lovely location. And now we're gonna go see the Skull Big Chest. This is one of those things I was talking about earlier that we have left. So here, Hair Basement, and now, thanks to jkoper, got the Ice Big Chest.
Right, Ice Big Chest. Oh, man.
Which he very well could have done after he got it, but he didn't.
Yeah, oh.
And the Big Chest has the Meyer Big Key.
Oh, nice. Alright, that is one step closer to go mode for Zelda. I guess we're just hoping in this case that either, like, Vitreous or the Meyer Big Chest has the flippers, and then we're golden.
Yeah, because now Zelda, if he's paying attention, which he should be, he knows that Trinex and the pedestal will not have the flippers, so he can ignore Throw Rock.
Yeah, this is kind of like a really nice benefit of being, knowing in this case what, logic actually, it could be useful because, well, if you're in Flippers Go mode, nothing that Flippers locked should even be up for consideration for you.
Yeah, and now Zelda's just found the back of Skullwood, so now he knows he only needs Flippers. In terms of, like, looking for things.
Yeah, so alright, so I guess, jkoper, for what it's worth, I think he just picked the wrong green interior dungeon to go into, right? Like, if he maybe just skipped down on Eastern and got into Meyer early, could have been actually a very different story, because, like, the Eastern Palace Big Key is here, and then he'd go back to single dip Eastern Palace and get the cane, off of Armos.
Zelda just got the Skull Big and Swamp Big together. I'm trying to remember where those were. Because we need the Skull Big this scene, so we just need to know where jkoper needs to go to get it.
I think it was in the front of Turtle Rock, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, because it was definitely cane locked.
Yeah, and so you needed the Eastern. You need the Eastern Big Key to get the cane.
Right.
So you need the cane to get the Skull Big to get the Meyer. Okay, yeah, wow. So hard required double dip of Meyer and Eastern, right?
No, Eastern was the Thieves Town Big Key, which I think just has silver,
right.
so
just Meyer then. In that case.
Yeah, right. Like the way that Zelda ended up sequencing, I don't know if it was just like, maybe it was also led to kind of like luck based, but Zelda found, Pod was able to get to the gloves earlier because he also didn't have the hook shot or the hammer in order to go through GT. So then he was chasing more glove lock locations. And so then he found Eastern earlier, and of course, true to Zelda, it's either probably gonna be earlier for him as well. He didn't want to go in, and then he basically just waited it out.
Yeah, basically just yeah, the earlier he found it, the less likely he's going to want to do it right then and there.
Exactly.
And so, which worked out, so. Meanwhile, jkoper going through the Meyer checks, gonna get his Eastern Big Key in a second, and then we'll go straight to Eastern, I would imagine, get his Samaria, and then I'm not sure what he'd do from there.
Yeah, I mean, right, so jkoper being here in Meyer is certainly on the right path for him, because we know, watching Zelda's side, that it was definitely very, very much required, but right now, jkoper definitely has a pretty major deficit to kind of overcome.
Yeah. At this point, it would need to be something like Ice Big Chest with the flippers.
Yeah, and right, Zelda just showed us Meyer Big Chest, which was just 20 rupees, so, I mean, unless in this case, like, Vitreous has like the flippers, that, yeah, might be spelling disaster here for jkoper.
Yep, so last check in Meyer for jkoper here, and then he's gonna mirror out.
Oh, that's where half magic is, huh?
Yep. We'll say no. Oh, Zelda's setting up the fluteless spooky.
Yeah, nice.
I still need to learn this trick. I am been very lazy.
You run entrance, Rock, don't you?
I do, but I've always been telling myself the way I would implement spooky is if just fluting in a certain way to get the bird to leave the screen at a certain height.
I see.
I keep telling myself that's what I'm gonna contribute to entrance, but I keep forgetting to do it.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh man, jkoper's also demonstrating some of the consequences that unexpected, perhaps, of defeating Aga 1, because the overworld and the light world now is pretty terrible.
Yeah, that screen right there is just one of the prime examples of how annoying it is.
Yeah, I mean, not only necessarily because, like, there's, like, a red guard there, that's also ultra very fast, does a lot of damage to you, but also just, like, the sheer lag, right, on that screen is just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of potential lag, but not too big of a deal. We got Silver Arrows taking down Vitreous. Nice and easy.
Alright, no flippers. You know what
No
that means. We're not done yet.
No, we're not. So, okay, if you're Zelda, where are you checking next?
Well, you're at least happy that you don't have to go to Swamp and do anything there.
True.
So you look at the bright side first and be like, at least it's Gomo Swamp.
That
And then
is
from
actually very
there,
nice lighting.
you wonder and ponder.
Yeah, Top File is one of our trackers suggesting. Well, Hera Basement's definitely on the table for Zelda.
He's not going there. Going through... Is he going through... No, he's not going through Spiral. He's going to this entrance, which had a connector. Is he going to GT?
Oh. Yeah, looks like he is considering the climb. Yeah, he did get the GT big key. Yeah, and he's gonna hop straight down.
Alright, we say forget Hera Basement here. Forget the, 1 minute check versus the, 3 minute 4 item check.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe item time was it minute per check? Like, so there are 4 checks up here for Zelda. Is it a 4-minute climb?
No, it's 3 minutes.
Okay, so maybe this is more quote unquote efficient.
Yeah, in that sense, yes. But in terms of how quickly you get to the first check,
that's also a very good point, right? You saw that, Zelda had to take quite the, connector and flute all the way over basically to get to GT. It's really not convenient.
Yeah, I guess you gotta factor that in, how long it takes to get to GT. In its case, it took like 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, it was definitely not. It was something pretty significant.
Not insignificant, exactly.
Right, not insignificant. jkoper also
But meanwhile,
showing us.
getting to Hera takes like 10 seconds, maybe less than Kakariko.
Oh no, jkoper! No.
Okay, yeah, this is not what you want to see. This is absolutely not going to have anything, due to what we know. So.
I mean, and, it's not like jkoper also knows this either. He is still missing, good amount of stuff. He's missing Pod Big Key. He is missing, Meyer Big Key. He's still missing the flippers. I mean, but like, again, he's missing a bunch of stuff, and for all he knows, something could be here, even though we know from Zelga's side that it's flippers go mode.
Yep, so sadly, this puts Zelga in a pretty good position, because now Zelga just will run out of checks. He'll have Ice Big and Hera Basement, and I mean, while he does have Magic Bat on the table, he's probably not thinking about going there so quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and that was a quite amount of significant, investment, right, for time. So yeah, I think, he'll probably go back to Ice Palace, honestly, before, he does Aga 1.
Yeah, if he's thinking about it, like, if he gets Ice Big, he'll just head straight there after this. Which because after, all he has left after this is Ice Big, Hera Basement, and then Magic Bat.
Right. I guess right now, also jkoper said he has not defeated Lamolus, so he doesn't have the green pendant. I was actually maybe thinking that he might try to go there in order to pull Ped. That, of course, we also know that's also not, a good decision.
Yeah, okay, the chat also bring up a positive point for jkoper. This does give him the Skull Big Key, so he will be getting that here, which he does need. At that point, he'll just need to go to Skull, get his Meyer Big, go to Pod, or go to... Actually, those would be right next to each other, the Skull Big and Spike Cave. Spike Cave, though, just one of those things I just never think about, like, unless I'm really intently, like, looking at my map to see what things I have left. That's just me. I mean, people may think differently. What were you gonna say, though?
Oh, no, I was actually thinking, like, so the jkoper, he's gonna get his Skullwood's Big Key, right, which is definitely required. He's gonna go back to Meyer, he's gonna finish it. But, I mean, I also don't know when he's gonna go back to Spike Cave in order to get his Pod Big Key. Like, we're still really fixated on the flippers, right, especially for Zelda's side, but jkoper still needs a good amount of stuff, too.
So did we see the big chest?
I thought no, because jkoper didn't have the GT Big Key when he was first here and did, you know, most of GT basement. He didn't have the cane, and so he couldn't do any more of the basement. I think Zelda, when he was over here, it was a very similar situation. Like he didn't do the big chest.
Weird. I definitely thought we saw it, but could just be an absent-minded.
So we saw the screen, like, because I think Zelda came out of Ice Armos. I don't think he had the big key at the time.
Oh, that may have been what it was, and so I kind of just wrote it off in my head.
Yeah, how dare these guys like not open the chest that they see?
I know, right? What are they thinking? See, here's more time sunk for jkoper doing pendant Lamo.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier again, right? Like knowledge is something that's actually very powerful. If jkoper just had this knowledge, unfortunately. All right, that is not a important item in GT.
Nope. Is that the last small key though, or is there one more GT small key? I think.
Are we also missing a skull with small key?
That I'm not sure. I think yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Zelda doing what we thought he'd be doing.
Yeah,
he is going back to that ice big chest.
Yeah, and I think at this point, right, I think you mentioned this earlier, along with, a good amount of, like, chat in our trackers, we are really down to, this location, like, our basement, right? And of course, Aga, in Magic Bat, but, we just saw that jkoper's side.
Yeah, and from terms of Zelga's perspective, he's down to this Magic Bat and, Hera basement. Alright, jkoper, are you gonna go to Spike Cave after this?
Oh, maybe. I mean, he might just go turn in the green pendant immediately. Maybe he'll also go pull ped. I mean, he basically, beelined it here to desert, so I'm assuming he is looking for, one of his potential outs.
Yeah. Let me think. Is he pulling the hammer out here? Yes. Okay, he's getting Spike Cave finally.
Oh, good. Oh, finally. Right, yes. Alright, so this is definitely be, good load off our shoulders, or certainly jkoper's shoulders as well.
Alright, but here's what we want to know, though. No.
He is not here!
Wow. Alright, that means, I believe it's Terra Basement, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the climb was not required.
Unreal. Amazing if we just took the 1 minute versus 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, and we got the key pretty, not early, but I mean, it was locked by 6 pods. Pod small keys.
Yeah, it was the big key chest of pods. Which means jkoper's gonna have to go get that too, so, I mean, which, I guess he'll remember to get it.
Yeah, I think he has enough keys now to get everything when he goes back to pod, especially with the pod big key, right? And he's still missing stuff.
He's right here. Oh, did he not go to get the Meyer big key? Because he was in the skull area and he didn't go on to the
Oh, you're right. I think you're right. He hasn't gotten it yet.
But he is getting his Hera small key.
Yeah. At least on Zelga's side, we're gonna sit through 2 tile rooms. He might have preferred to take this break sooner rather than later, just because, again, we think this should be where the flippers are.
Yeah, as far as we know, this is what we have left, and this should be flippers. It is.
Hey!
At 2 hours, 23 minutes, and 55 seconds.
Well, jkoper's kind of also there. We did see the dueling, like he picked up the Hera small key as Zelda was picking up the flippers from Hera basement. There's some amount of, synchronicity there, I guess.
Yeah, in some ways you could think about it like that.
But yeah, jkoper, he still has a bit of a ways to progress through this game. I mean, he is definitely making, progress on his side. But Zelda is, a go mode swamp away, and a Ganon cat fight away from finishing the seed?
Yep. Swamp's here, so he'll just go mode it. He does not need to pick up anything at all. And then from there, he'll just mirror and... No, wait. I think he might just save and quit. I think saving and quitting will be the fastest way to get to Ganon. Because he can just save and quit the Sanctuary.
Oh, right, yeah. That's because Sanctuary is vanilla.
Yep. And then, because you can the time difference between mirroring and fluting is a little bit more negligible when you're in Dark World because it's you saving quitting, you get past all of that. So that would be the way to get to the Ganon drop today. Just saving quitting.
Yeah. At least on Zelga's side, right? Because jkoper defeated Aga, so if he saves and quit, he'll be on the pyramid, I assume.
Right. Yeah, I think from his perspective, he'll just mirror and then flute to 2. So.
All right. So do you think Zelga's gonna miss that blue mail? Oh, no, he has blue mail now, right? Because he climbed.
He got it somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
Where.
Yeah, he climbed. It's the Moldorm chest.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
He got it.
Yeah, so I think he's comfortable. He's probably safe. Yeah. I think he's got probably too much equipment, honestly, for someone as talented as Zelda. Especially, I guess, when you're kind of used to like playing like spoiler too, right? I don't even know if you see past like 6 hearts, maybe 7, right? And
it really just depends on how on the way the health and safety are. So yeah. Here, we pick up every chest we can find because we don't know where things are.
Yeah. Alright, so jkoper though, at least on his helmet fight, so he's gonna be able to claim his next crystal. After that, he still needs to finish up Swamp, of course, and what you see Zelda doing, he does need to finish up Mire.
Yep, and sadly, jkoper did not continue on to the Skull Woods area after getting his pod big key. He needed to though, because that's where his Mire big key is.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Zelda getting lost in the Argus fight.
Okay, the good news is that he pressed the map button, which is X, and he did not quick stop over to the mirror.
Oh, wait! Oh, that's where the Skull Big Q. No wonder he didn't go there. The Skull Big Q was on Helmasaur. That's why he couldn't go.
Okay. Oh, right, yeah. There was a Swamp Big that was in Turtle Rock, and there was nothing else in the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now it all makes sense. Sorry, jkoper, we did not mean to. Like, excuse me, why not? But you literally could not.
But yeah, but it looks like he knows where he's going right now, which is good. Yeah. So, bro, Zelda also picked up red mail, by the way, on Argus. So, I think Zelda, I don't know, he can probably tank, like, I don't know, a good number of Ganon hugs as well.
Yeah, he could take 5 Ganon hugs and still be fine.
Yeah,
probably dies,
but yeah, he's also got a couple B's to his name as well. So if he just wants some companionship, in the Ganon fight.
Sometimes you want a little lag in your life, and I guess that's the way to do it.
This was quite the scene though to spectate.
Yeah, I guess the one good outlook of the sea is we did not have to touch anything in Swamp, and when you have go mode flippers, you're just like, okay, don't have to worry about left side.
What do you think the collection rate's gonna be? You think we'll break 200?
Let's see here. No, I don't think it'll be over 200. I think it'll be like 195.
Okay. It certainly just so we did like all of GT, but you're absolutely right though. Like we didn't do basically anything of Swamp. We also kind of left a couple checks here and there, like especially like on Zelda's side, like Trinex.
I honestly don't care about collection rate, but I mean, since you asked, I've guessed, I guess.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's surprisingly difficult to break 200. But given
you
how
have to
much
pick up
done
almost
scene,
everything you see.
Right. Well,
anyways,
all right, so yeah, that's right. Get your GGs out in chat for Zelda. I'm gonna finish up the seed. I'm sure he felt super great the entire time, but this will put him at a 4-0 record. Something that is actually very, very impressive. Only a handful of people, of course, gets a 4-0 record, and this was actually very hard-earned victory.
It looks like jkoper did decide to go ahead and forfeit upon seeing the finish. So get your GGs for him.
Yeah, this was also, again, a very difficult seed to play. So yeah, definitely get your GGs out, for jkoper, like, very valiant effort on his side.
Right, yeah, I think, honestly, he was making the correct plays by doing things that were, low percent. So I do not, he was making, I guess, quote-unquote, the right plays in this, this race. So I cannot blame him one bit for making those sorts of plays. I think we're joined by both runners, though.
Yo, guys. Zelga, jkoper, GG's.
Yo, GG's, man. This was an adventure.
Yeah, GG. Especially the first hour. Because I imagine you last location things just like I did, because it was really hard not to do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no way around. I last located that elder path that led to the mountain down at Swamp Palace. I got to the Pearl really late because I forgot if Bombos was even in Logic, but I had a sequence broken mirror really early, so I had no idea. Like, I lost track of Logic very early in this one.
Yeah, I was much later to the mirror. Where was the mirror again?
Moldorm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did not do that. Where was the Terra Big Key? I missed it when I got it, so I did some other stuff before. What was that?
A Dark World shopping mall.
Oh, okay.
You both actually damage boosted yourself into Super Bunny state in order to get that big key.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I might not have chased the mirror too much had I known that it was blocked by the Pearl, I guess. I was not thinking about that. Yeah, I also did not know where Bombos was, and I was just like, well, I can do a lot of stuff in ice, so let's go there. But, yeah, I have no idea where the logic is. Where's the flippers? That's all I need to know, I guess.
Hera basement.
Okay. It was certainly a thing I was considering. Did you... What dungeons did you do?
The only other check I had left in the game was climb Agate Tower for Magic Bet.
Okay.
I didn't actually kill Trinex, but since the TR Big was on Hylia Island, I knew it couldn't matter.
Yeah. Right. I didn't think about that too much, but I was still missing a couple things when I killed Trinex, I believe.
Yeah, you were still missing Meyerbeek, so you had a good reason to kill him, I guess.
Yeah, not a great reason, but an okay reason.
It was potential.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I could hear you guys saying that you don't blame me for making plays, and yeah, that's basically what it amounted to. Like, yeah, had to try things to have a chance to win because
honestly, given the scenario that we were looking at, like those were like plays you could make, and so like you were doing the right thing, quote unquote, in terms of trying to gain an edge, and so that is definitely something that can be a make or break kind of thing. But in this case, it did not pay out. So, but yeah, that's just how sometimes things go.
Yeah, you even went back for Ice Big, Zelga?
Yeah, I when I got that, I went back to the big chest after the climb, and then after that, I was right by Ice Palace, so I said I just have to follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were curious. Like, you were right there by Ice when you got the Ice Big, but then you footed it away, so you're like, oh no, that was one of your outs.
I figured I'd have an opportunity to be back in the area, and like the Old Man Start is right there. It's not like there's it's inconvenient to get there at all.
Yeah,
I was in playmaking mode. What did I get upstairs? It was just the Ice Big. But then Ice Big. I don't know. I had something to do after that though. What did I do after that? There was surely a reason.
You didn't have Kane at that point, so I'm not sure where you went. You went back to Meyer, I think, right after that.
Oh, yeah, going to Meyer wasn't great. Let's see here. The Eastern, going to Meyer was required. Never mind.
Right, yeah, you had to go to Meyer to get your Eastern Big, yeah.
Did you single dip Eastern, Zelga?
I did, yeah.
Okay, I figured you would.
Yeah. Rock and I were kind of talking about this earlier. It was just kind of unfortunate that I think because of the way that you found GT and Pod like in the order,
you found GT you dropped down to GT earlier, right? And you had hammer hook shots, so you basically chased all those, and then when you got to pod, that's where both gloves were, right? And then because you had such late gloves, when you found Eastern, I think the likelihood of you going into Eastern was actually much higher. Versus Zelda did the exact opposite. He found pod first. Well, sorry, he managed to get gloves first, and then because he saw Eastern so much earlier, and especially being Zelda, he decided to put it off. And then when he found Meyer, he did decide to go in. I think when you found Meyer, you decided to put it off.
Yeah,
it's kind of unfortunate there.
I still had a few things to find, Blind's Hut and Skullwood's Final being the most significant ones. So, I was chasing those down. I think at that point, dipping Meyer was probably the right play, but, just statistically. But I was taking a chance and it didn't pay off. So, whatever. Stuff happens. It's a game. That was very interesting. There were a lot of decisions to make all the time. So, and then a lot of walking to Spiral Cave to get to the Dark World.
It was so bad. I mean, it was interesting. This is one of the most unique Crosskey seeds I've had in a long time, but oh man, it was so painful, getting spit out at the shopping mall at Hyrule Castle and then just having to walk to Ice Rod Cave again. It's so bad.
Yep. I did the same thing. So the second time I did not go to the right exit of Hyrule Castle. I put that off until later. So I have no idea if that made me possibly get to Mountain View earlier, but I did Zora first before I did any Dark World bunny walking, really. So I don't know if that... I did Zora. I also did Skullwoods. I don't know if you did that stuff.
I definitely did Skull Woods before ever heading south bunny walking. I don't think I went to Zora until I had a glove. It was pretty late.
Okay. Yeah, so that's something that definitely took time. So I'm sure you were first to get to that connector. Anyway, GG. Yeah, it was fun. I'd like a different result, but yeah, but whatever. I wasn't expecting to win. It was a good race.
Oh no, for sure. And this is just your gambit in order to get a softer opponent next round, of course.
Oh yeah. That's that's the long-term play to get to whatever the record I need is. So yeah. Anyway, GG Zelda. Looking forward to watching you going forward as always. And thanks guys for the commentary and tracking and Ricky and everything. So I will I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, I would just echo all that. Big GGs. This was a scary matchup to me. Who would even have more experience in this mode than jkoper? So it's a stressful matchup coming into Crosskeys. So yeah, big GGs. Thank you guys for the restream, the commentary, the tracking. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I really want to. Yeah. I was gonna say I really want to echo thank you guys, Zelda and jkoper. This was a really exciting race actually to watch, in my opinion. So thank you so much for letting us restream you. I really want to again thank you so much to our awesome trackers, Late Bit and Top Out. These guys were amazing. On top of everything, corrected at least me several times. I'm really keeping us all awesome. Yeah, no, this was great. So these are super capable trackers. Thank you so much, guys. Rolkin, thank you. This was a really fun commentary session.
Yeah, glad we can get one in here. Yeah, this was a good time. Surely would like to maybe do one of these at some point.
Yeah,
somewhere along the way. But yeah, we'll see when that comes. And yeah, GG's Zelda and jkoper. Thanks ZSR. Thanks Toffile and Late Bit. You guys rock. And we suck as trying to keep track of things.
And of course, thank you so much, Ricky. I mean, so Ricky, by the way, pulled double duty. He did a 6 p.m. restream at the end of G race. Yeah, and then because he wasn't even planning on doing this, but then he saw a full crew, available for this match, and he's like, no, I gotta do this. And so really, really appreciate you doing this, Ricky.
No problem. Okay, so since everyone has said all the thank yous, I'll just jump into what's coming up tomorrow, because that's going to do it for ZSR tonight. At 12:10 p.m. tomorrow Eastern, we have a Skyward Sword Randomizer Season 2 tournament match between Zelds08 and JDude411. At 1 p.m. Eastern, we have a Wind Waker Randomizer tournament match between Advocate and Spytron. And at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, it's a very busy afternoon, we've got Ocarina of Time Randomizer Mixed Pools Tournament Grand Finals between Brotinderdoes and Icola. Lots of stuff on the schedule for tomorrow. Hope you find something you want to watch. And with that, we're going to sign off here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful time and have a fantastic rest of your night. Bye!